This week on Legal Talk with Hahn and Hahn attorneys, a builder messed up my home renovations. What now? We ask Jaco Hamman of Hahn and Hahn attorneys. Jaco, welcome back to Legal Talk.
Hi, thank you very much. Always good to chat to you.
Absolutely. Now, what on earth am I going to do with this builder who messed up my home renovations?
Yeah, so your first point of departure is always the contract between you and the builder. Now, most people, if they come and consult with me and then they've got something like this, they'll tell me, but I don't have a contract with the builder. Now, the truth is that they definitely will have a contract with the builder. They just don't realize it. One needs to remember that a contract can be written or verbal, and that even a quotation which is accepted can also be the contract. Now, in these instances, mostly all contracts between the builder and the homeowner for renovations is the accepted quotation. Now, if we're talking renovations, let's use an example. Now, the homeowner, for argument's sake, decided that he wants his outside wall to be painted, and he saw an advertisement on Facebook of John the builder who does paint work. He then sends him a WhatsApp message asking John to say, well, can you please give me a quote? John then arrives with his bakkie, he looks at the wall and he says to the homeowner, well, depending on the paint, will cost you plus minus 20,000 rand. And that'll be for the scraping of the existing paint, preparing of the wall, and then, of course, painting it. Now, John, by the way, has his paint color catalog with him. The homeowner chooses the color paint, and then John tells the homeowner, okay, I'll get back to you and just find out what the latest prices are. Week later, John sends the homeowner a WhatsApp saying, very good paint that you've chosen. Unfortunately, it's a bit more expensive. I'll charge you 30,000 rand for it. Give me 2 days and I'll be done. But I need a 90% deposit before I can proceed. Homeowner is happy with it, sends a WhatsApp and says, happiness, give me your banking details. Now that is now the contract, that quotation, but it'll go a bit further than that as well. It can be some of the verbal discussions amongst themselves. So for argument's sake, where the builder said, what I will do is I will scrape off the existing paint and then prepare the wall and then paint it. So you have a contract in place. Now, if it goes wrong, the first question is, okay, what did you pay for? What is it that John said that he would do versus what is it that he actually did? Now, if then John painted it in 2 days and a month later, the paint now suddenly peels off. Now, of course, you didn't pay for paint 30,000 rand to just peel off. Now, what does the homeowner then do? The homeowner, normally what they'll do is they'll phone John and they'll shout and scream at him and tell him that he must come and fix it immediately.
Yeah.
That's not the right way to do it. And the reason for that is that you want to prove that you've placed John on terms. In other words, you want to prove to say, well, I did tell John that it was wrong, and I told him he must come and fix it. So what's more easier to prove than something on paper, or even WhatsApp, electronically, or an email? That's really simple. So that's what they do. They send him an email or they send him a WhatsApp to say, you need to come and do this. The paint is peeling off. Now, if John then turns around, and let me just say this, if the listeners feels uncomfortable and they feel that it's a bit too harsh to already send a WhatsApp or an email, then phone John. But then after phoning John, send an email or the WhatsApp, just so that you have that proof of it. Now John comes back with a million stories. He doesn't fix it. So what now? Now we've spoken in the past of the small claims court. Now, the small claims court, just to catch up again on some of the people who might not have gotten that podcast, is the small claims court, and they've got a jurisdiction of 20,000 Rand, which means that if you've got a claim of 20,000 Rand, you can go to the small claims court. Now, that small claims court is like a Judge Judy that you see on the television. Attorneys aren't allowed. You go there, you tell your side of the story, and then the presiding officer there can say, John has to pay you back 20,000. Now, in this instance, you've paid John now 30,000. Now, the sad reality is that if you go to an attorney firm and want to go to court on 30,000 Rand, the chances are more than likely that you'll spend more than 30,000 Rand on that court case. So it's better to institute a claim at the small claims court for that 20,000 Rand and write off the 10,000, however bad that sounds. Because the reality is this could be a lot quicker, and you'll get your money a lot quicker than having to go to an attorney and do that. If the claim amount becomes higher than that, then yes, go to your local attorney and see how he can assist it. But construction matters gets very complicated very easily. So it's a lot better, go to the small claims court, tell the presiding judge, I told him to paint my wall. He said he would. Here's the pictures that I've taken of the wall. Look how it is peeling off.
Yeah.
And here's how it looked beforehand. So whenever you've got somebody doing renovations, evidence is the most important thing. Evidence of your agreement, albeit through WhatsApps, whatever the case may be, and evidence of what has been done. Now, luckily, smartphones are there. Take pictures all the time so that you can use those pictures.
Exactly. If that's one thing that we learned today, it's to take pictures. Have proof. Even though it seems stupid at the time to take pictures of everything, you just might capture something there that could save you.
Exactly.
Jaco Hamman from Hahn and Hahn Attorneys, thank you so much for the advice today on Legal Talk.
All a pleasure, Jan. Keep well.
Are you or your business in trouble and struggling to find a solution? Call Hahn and Hahn Attorneys as we assist clients in finding solutions. We specialize in consumer and food law, commercial and construction law, forensic investigations, and administrative law. Visit hahnlaw.co.za. That's HAHN. We assist clients nationwide. Hahn and Hahn Attorneys, because we care. Don't miss Legal Talk with Hahn and Hahn Attorneys, Wednesday mornings at 10 on eRadio.